And you know, the overflow tank's missing, so we've got a nail in here so that it doesn't dribble out. Well, if 355 says it's okay, it's gotta be okay.
You say you're worried about financing? There's no need to worry. We take cash all day long at Rick's Rusty Rex.
Gotta protect this pristine paint job here.
Welcome to RCindustry.
Well, hey, it's Rick here, and well, she's up above 40 degrees, about 41 actually, and it ain't raining. So want to get out here and take a look at the LTD because we got some things going on with it. Obviously, we talked about. I don't know if you can see down in here real well. I want to pull this valve cover off and see what's going on with number 5 there, and then one of the things we didn't talk about, well, we talked about all this creative wiring. I'm going to rip all that out of here. And, you know, the overflow tank's missing, so we've got a nail in here so that it doesn't dribble out. I did check the antifreeze in it, and it was low, so I drained some of it out and put some back in there, and now we're good to go till, I don't know, 30 below or something. That ought to be enough for around here. But what I didn't tell you about was this power steering. The car has no power steering. She no turns left or right. I mean, you have to use both hands with your foot against the dash to get the wheel to turn. And the old dipstick here's got way full of oil, and that's just exactly what it is engine oil. So I don't think that's going to work. We had somebody do that one time to a power steering pump when I was in the military. It wasn't on a Ford, and we wound up having to flush the steering box and everything out on it. I don't know if that's, hopefully we don't have to do all that on this one, but anyway, that's another thing we got to address. But I want to pull this off first and see what's going on in here, because she go clickety clickety and something, and it don't fire on 5, so on number 5 it runs on 7, I guess is what I'm trying to say here. And then of course we ain't got no brakes. Pedal just goes clear to the floor. It's got fluid in it, so that tells me that that old master cylinder is probably no good. And then we got a definite vacuum leak right here, and so we need to address that. And then once we pull these wires out, we can put that plug back in the firewall there. And this is the temperature sensor, where someone just cut that off. It's hooked into the block up here, and that's something I didn't show you inside. The other day when we was in here, we simply did not look into the glove box. See, and she comes right on out of there. So, you know, this is a classic glove box here. Kind of just rested over there on that. But we got to look in here because we got a gauge right here, oil pressure gauge, and you know, she might work. I don't know. I don't know what that's for. If I could find the end, if it was still hooked to the block, I don't know if it is or not. That's probably the seatbelt buzzer. I don't know what that is. I don't really want to know. That is an oil drain pan plug. That don't sound good. So, there's a gum wrapper. All right, and then we got this. Oh, corn. Oh yeah, well, does this thing have a CD player? I didn't think it did. No, it ain't got no place to shove it in. So anyway, got a corn CD. Don't know what this is for. Nothing in here would fit anything like that I know of. I don't know. And here's a fuse, because we ain't got nothing. We ain't got no electric in anywhere. I gotta find the fuse block. If I remember right, it's down under here about where my foot's at. But we got us some Ford floor mats. Look at that. That's pretty cool. But yeah, we got to get in here and, figure out what, well, I know this, if you hook that, yeah. So we got to figure all that out too. But first things first, let's go see if we can fix that, what's making the clankety clankety noise under the valve cover. All right, show you more. Got to protect this pristine paint job here. All right, let's see. Well, we got our roadkill customs rag here. Wipe up any spoilage. Spillage? I don't know, whatever it's called. Let's see here. What do you reckon this is? Yep, 7/16. That's what I should have grabbed. Let's see here. That. Alright. I forgot to bring anything out here to put all these in. Hold on. It's handy to always use this little doodad. Of course, this is left over from the last thing we worked on. So, do you guys ever have that problem? Extra bolts left over? I don't know. I do. Let's put that there. Put that on there. And let's press on. Now, these valve cover gaskets look brand used on here. And so I would say that somebody has had this off because they knew there was probably a problem. But we're getting ready to see if we can figure out what that problem is. We don't need this thing anymore. She's a broke. Let's see here. Well, that was good. That didn't drop down on the ground. Never find that. And that one wasn't tight. Oh goodness, let's pull that out of there. Well, that's all the bolts. Wipe my hands off on my Roadkill Customs there. Alright, let's see. Let's just go ahead and take that thing out. Ooh, she's... Wow. You know, I kind of failed to look at that when I bought the car. Oh well, we'll just pretend like we didn't see that for now. Let's put that right there. All right. Oh, hey, you know what? It's on there a little tighter than I thought. All right, let's get the pry bar. All right, so we got the big nail here. Let's see if we can pop that off of there. By the way, this head has an M on it, so I would guess that's probably for modified. You Ford people, you can tell me that. I know old Outfits Garage has been texting me about it, and I figure I'll hear something from Bear Rose Garage, because them guys, they know their Fords. I forgot more than I ever knew. Alright, let's see. Trying to get this thing. I don't want to pinch anything, that's why I'm trying to be careful. See, that's supposed to be like hooked on right there, and that ain't, so yeah, this one the same way, just like so, and just like thus, and, you know. So I know someone's been into this, obviously. Come on now, let's wait for it. There we go. Trying not to tear that gasket up. We do have a set of them in there, though, that came with the car. Someone was anticipating a problem, I think. But, you know, you never know. You know, I think that thing might have come loose there. Well, not right here, though, it didn't. Come on now. There we go. Alright, I'm hoping we don't have to rebuild the engine. Here we go. Well, I should have took that off, I guess. There we go. Look at there. That's pretty dirty. Alright, well, let's get you down here where we can see what's going on. Okay, so, can't see much with this in the way, I realize, but so to me, what I remember about these Fords, like I keep saying, this is surely not a Cleveland. but it has the offset valves where I know the modifieds had straight across, or maybe it's the 302s I'm thinking of. I don't know. You correct me. So I'm still not sure what we got here, but I know that number 5 is not firing, which would be, let's see. What does that say? I don't know. Oh, this is 5. So it must be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So how about 7? 6 or 7? I think it's this one here is the one that's not firing. But the push rods are all there, which is what I suspected was not going on. Uh-oh, there we go. Well, that could be loose just because of where it's setting too. Well, let's whirl it over once and see if them things is all moving up and down. Maybe it's missing because it's got a bad plug in it. I don't know. That'd be great if it was. All right, show you more. All right, now guys, you watch this thing and you tell me if them all go up and down. Let me see if I can move this out of the way a little. I'll tuck that down in there. You know, that ought to do. But let's make sure them go all up and down there. Get that out of the way. Flare! Well, I didn't think it was going to run. There's the culprit out there. She don't look like she's pumping no oil either. But it ought to be coming out that hole right from there, I think. This is definitely the one that's making the noise. Okay, well, what I suspected was wrong with it isn't. There is oil coming up out of there, but not much because it's running down off this lifter. I thought it came out of the push rod from pumping up through the lifters, but it must be doing that. It's just doing it such a small amount you can't see. So I wonder, I'm going to have to get an actual oil gauge back here on the sensor instead of having that electric whatever's going on with the idiot light in the dash. So to see if I've actually got oil pressure up here, because if I don't, then my next thing I'll have to check is if that oil screen down there in the pan is all full of debris. I mean, we see how much crap is in here, and if they ran a bunch of diesel fuel through here to clean that out, it's probably clogged up that screen on the oil pump. So these things are notorious anyway for not having much oil pressure on the top side. So with that said, we're going to go ahead and call it a video. I appreciate you guys coming along. It's just a little short thing. Wanted to see, you know, kind of what's going on here. What are you looking at? People think I'm crazy out here in the yard or out here in the driveway, you know. Hey, I mean, it's just, this is what I do, you know. So anyway, yeah, so the old Ford here, thanks for coming along. And, you know, we're making things just like brand used here, baby.
I was walking down the street. I was minding my own affair.
Run, Tallulah, run. Hi, baby.